What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, the Black Ops 6 beta has finally come to an end. Of course, I want to know what your guys' opinion of this overall beta was. Let me know down in the comment section. Do you guys think it was a good beta? Do you guys think it was a bad beta? Also, I do want to thank each and every one of you guys who tuned into my live streams while I was checking out the beta. I really appreciate it. Everybody was chatting it up with me, vibing out, sharing their opinions about the game. It means a lot to me. And of course, I will be live again today over on Twitch, probably on X Defiant. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, by all means, tune to my stream. I got a link to that down in the description of this video. But overall, I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't think Black Ops 6 is a horrible, horrifying game. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more I played it and the more I got used to the Omni movement and the gunplay, it started to smoothen out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of my complaints came from the week 1 problems, where I just simply couldn't play the game. With all seriousness, I couldn't critique it. You just, like, I gotta be real, you can't critique a game if you're going to be lagging, stuttering, packet burst every 5 seconds. And that was literally the whole closed beta for me. It was horrible. It was literally horrible. You couldn't really experience anything within the game without it absolutely destroying my soul. But going into the second, portion, the open beta, luckily for me, of course, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while now, you know my opinions on the open beta. It performed way better. The improvements were definitely there, but of course, I would say it was still on par with the Modern Warfare 3 packet burst. So it was more playable for me, but at the end of the day, it's still an unacceptable amount within the game. But it was a lot more tolerable. I could handle it within the open beta. But believe it or not, I was one of the very rare few who ran into some improvements. It seems the mass majority of this community it's almost like their experience got worse. And I've seen some people who said the closed beta was phenomenal, and then for them, the open beta was disgusting. It's almost like the roles are reversing here for a lot of individuals. Some people who had a good first are having a horrible second, and, the people who had a horrible first are having it, good second. It doesn't make any sense. Regardless, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a massive problem moving forward, especially for Treyarch. This isn't going to be easy to resolve, and it's probably going to take some time, and I gotta be real, this is going to be probably one of the biggest deal breakers for a lot of individuals when it comes to Black Ops 6. The consistency of performance. This, in my opinion, is completely unacceptable. I've seen many people complain about other games. You know what I'm saying? Like, X Defiant, Halo, Battlefield. I've seen many complaints about, connection problems. But I've never seen, and not play all these games. I play all of these games. All of these titles I consistently play. So I have experience in all of them. But none of them ever get to the point that Call of Duty reaches, where it's almost a consistent game-to-game basis where it's busted. And you know what? I really do truthfully think it comes down to skill-based matchmaking. Pretty much all these other games that I just listed, minus Halo, of course, but like Battlefield, X Defiant, their matchmaking is toned extremely low, and they kind of prioritize team balancing instead. But within these games, I don't really have too many issues when it comes to finding good connection. I mean, Battlefield 2042, yeah, it wasn't too fantastic at the beginning of the game. We all know the start of Battlefield 2042. But if I log in right now, I guarantee I could probably get a pretty decent server, if I'm going to be completely real with you guys. Major improvements have been made, but a lot of it comes down to the game just simply putting you with the best connection it can find. It's not trying to, search for miles and miles and miles and miles away for your best optimal opponent to make sure that everybody in the lobby is competing at their all-time high. None of that noise. But in Call of Duty, it's the opposite. It is doing that. It is trying to find you the most competitive matches. It's a ranked system within a casual environment. And let me tell you something. That right there really, really devastated the whole experience for a lot of individuals, not only because of the sweat, but mostly because of the connection. But I'll be real with you guys, I don't think it just goes down to skill-based matchmaking here. I think it's also the size of the maps as well. This game is not properly optimized. And yes, packet burst is a pain in the butt, but this is hands down the worst I've ever seen Packet Burst. I mean, I'm going on the second chopper gunner here. I don't know. It might lag out. The gameplay might completely freeze out, and I'm going to have to skip the second chopper gunner for some strange reason. I've never had this issue before. I've never had this issue in any game. Even the most insanely crazy games that have all the, like the finals, for example. How is it that the finals I can play normally in the beta form and record it normally with no stutters and no problems when literally the whole map is just crumbling down with all the destruction, all the things that are imploding? But Black Ops 6 can't run with the simple little chopper gunner shooting down to people at the ground? This game's optimization is bad, and I think it comes down to the maps being so small. Now, can it be fixed? Yes. But it's crucial. Treyarch, you have to really, and when I say really, I mean you have to really try to optimize all of these small maps, because I highly believe we're not going to see anything larger than the mass majority, like Scud, for example. I think Scud is probably going to be one of the larger sized maps, if I'm going to be real. And what's the other one? Replay or whatever it is. You guys know the name of the map, the longer style map that has the DVD store and all that stuff in it. Whatever. That map is pretty large as well, but I mean, those are nothing compared to some of the large maps we've seen in the past. Like, Afghan puts those maps in the absolute dirt when you compare them to a large map, and Afghan plays honestly better than all those maps. Like, these maps are so ridiculously small, but again, I don't think we're going to see anything different here. So what it's really going to come down to is the developers are going to have to seriously buckle down and optimize like they've never optimized before, because the inconsistency of performance from game to game for everybody out there is insane. It really is insane. Like, how is it that half the crowd has a great connection during the closed beta, and then the other half has, a horrible connection, and then completely switches during the open beta? What, is it going to switch again during the full release? Is it always going to be random who has, better gameplay and who doesn't have to deal with Packet Burst? I mean, oh my goodness. This is, like I said, this is the worst I've ever seen it in Call of Duty history. I even put out a poll over on my YouTube channel. Now, I wish I could let it cook up a little bit longer. It's only been a day. Of course, if you guys want to put down a vote, you can go to my community page on my channel and, leave your vote. But so far, out of 5K people, only 12% of them thought that they saw improvements. 12%! 27 said they didn't notice any changes. And that's not including, whether their first experience was good or bad. They could have had a good experience and it continued to be good, or that could be a category of people who had a bad experience and it continued to be bad. And 23 said it got worse. Now, of course, 22 and 16, show results. I don't play COD, but still, everything is blowing improvements out of the water. Absolutely. There's an extremely small percent of people who saw any improvements. And I gotta be honest with you guys. You guys know it. I'm one of those people as well. So I can't say that I'm just sitting here trying to hate and I'm trying to bash BO6, because I'm not. I'm one of the very small percentage of individuals who did see an improvement from the closed to open beta. But I'm not speaking for the mass majority of individuals out there. And even though I did see improvements, you could probably just simply see by my gameplay, I was still running into a lot of issues. It is what it is. My final impressions of this beta were that it's not too shabby of a game. The potential is there. It could be fun. But I personally believe that what's going to truly weigh it down is a few things. The maps, the matchmaking, and the performance, the optimization of this game. I'm honestly extremely worried. I've never seen a game more poorly optimized, and we've had a lot of Call of Duty games. I'm a bit stressed. They could balance the weapons as much as they want. They can do whatever they want as much as they want. But optimization is going to have to be key for the success of this overall title. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, go down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think of this overall beta, the open, beta, the closed beta, the overall experience. Do you guys think it was good? Do you think it's bad? Did you see any improvements? Did you not see any improvements? Has the game gotten worse for you? I'm curious what everybody's opinion is on this overall title here. And, obviously I'm just trying to get a general idea of what the consensus is with this community on if this game has potential or if it's going to simply flop. But as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my other content, I'll be live today over on Twitch. Probably grinding out some X-Defiant for those who don't know. If you log in every single day from the 9th up to something like the 25th or the 26th, I forget what the exact end date is, you're going to get free, currency and free double XP tokens the whole time. So you best believe every single day I'm going to be logging on, and more than likely, we're going to grind it a ton as well because you guys know me. I love X-Defiant. But if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, you want to chat it up, hop into the open lobbies that we host there. You guys will find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.